Hello everyone. So in this video we are going to see how to select different parameters or different indexes and different lists while creating a particular condition on Tradetron. Alright, so most of the times what happens is sometimes clients get confused whether if they want to select a spot index or a future index, then how do we do that? And also if there is a list of stocks that they want to select while checking the conditions on those list of stocks, then how to do that in the condition builder. So that's what we are going to see in this particular video. Alright, so the agenda for the video is this following 10 points. So we will navigate through each and every point one by one and we will see how to solve that issue. Alright. So first of all, the first point is how to select Nifty Spot Index for condition check. So let's see how to do that. So first of all, I will go to strategies, create. I'll just put selecting index and stocks. And I'll just simply first of all create this demo strategy. Alright. So once we have created it, let me just go to set number 1 to illustrate an example of how to basically select the Nifty Spot Index for condition check. So for example, if I just click on add, if I want to check if the 5-minute candle of the Nifty Spot Index is above a certain value, then how do I do that? So I will just select, say, position, close, -1. Alright, so I will just select 5 minutes as the candle time frame, and I will just zoom in a little bit so that it is more clear for you. And in this instrument name, right, so this is where the most of the people get stuck, so we will address this issue now. So if I want to select Nifty Spot Index, right, so once you click on instrument name, first of all we have to select NFO because it's FNO. Its index. Over here we will select NFO. Then over here we will have the option to select Nifty NFO Nifty 50. So this is what you have to select in order to basically select Nifty Spot Index. So you don't have to select any kind of expiry or any other parameters as long as you want to check the condition on Nifty Spot Index. So once I click on OK, you will see that this is how it will look. Alright. So position closed, instrument name, NFO Nifty 5 minute -1 is suppose greater than number, say 17,000. Alright, so assuming this is the Nifty value, so if you this is what you want to check on Nifty Spot Index. So then this is how you select Nifty Spot. So NFO Nifty 50 will select Nifty Spot Index. Now if you want to select Nifty Future, so how do you do that? So for that we will create another condition. So I will just simply copy this and I will put one condition over here and I will select one more. Right, so this is for Nifty Spot. So in order to change this to futures, what we will do is we will click on instrument name and I will simply select at the bottom. If I go, I will have the option for current month. Now over here, if I select current month, then this particular condition will check this particular condition on Nifty futures. All right, so this condition, the first one will be checking on spot index. The second one, since we have selected current month as the expiry, then that means that we have selected Nifty future over here. So that's what it means in case of selecting Nifty 50 future. All right. Here you cannot select Nifty, you cannot select the expiry as current week because that will be wrong, because the future expiry is always on a monthly basis. If you are selecting say a particular call or a put option, then in that case it will be basically you can select current week and then you can select the instrument name that you want. Alright, so we will see that also. So let's see if I want to check a condition on a particular call option. Alright, so what I will do is I will just simply select this particular portion and I want to select ATM, say Nifty 50 call. So what I will do is I will select instrument name, say NFO Nifty Bank. In this case, instead of current month, I will select say current week. Alright, so this is the expiry, and then after that it will ask me whether I want to check the condition on a call or a put option. So let's select call option, and after that it will automatically tell us the expiry that we probably want to select. So in this case, if I want to select say ATM or any other strike that you want to particularly check the condition on, then you can select that. So for now I will just select ATM, and it will also give us the option to select the expiry. So if you want to check the condition on next week expiry, then you can select this as 1. So if you don't select anything, if you want to select basically the current week, then keep this as blank. Alright, don't select 0 or don't put anything over here. Keep this as blank, just let it be like this, and it will automatically select the current week call ATM or ATM call option of the current week. Alright, if you want to select next week call option, so then in that case you can select say 1. If you want to select next to next week, then it will be basically 2. But ideally we don't go that far in expiry. So either current week, then let it be blank, and if it's the next week, then you can select 1 as the expiry. Alright. And then after that, also if you want to select the different strikes. So for example, if you want to select 2 strikes OTM, right? So this will be ATM, and 2 strikes away from that would be basically 2 from here. So for call option, it will be, for OTM it will be 2 from here, and if you want it in the money, then it will be -2. Alright, 2 strikes in the money. If it's -1, if you want just 1 strike in the money, then it will be -1. And if you want 1 strike out of the money, then it will be +1. Alright, so if you select this and click on OK, this is how it will look. Alright, so I will just change this right now. I will just remove this and I will show you how it will look. So over here, what it means is that we are selecting this condition, that we are checking the close price of a 5-minute candle of this particular call option. So over here, this is the Nifty current week Nifty 50 call option. So that's how we can select a condition check on a particular a strike of a particular index. Alright, and then you can put whatever condition you want. For example, if you want to check that the price is over, say maybe 150 or something like that. Alright, so you can put that, or you can put your crossover condition or anything of that sort. But this is the way to construct that particular option. Alright, so first we saw how to check for Nifty 50 spot index. Then we saw for how to check for Nifty 50 futures. This is by selecting current month. And if you want to select a particular option, that is whether the call option or a put option, then basically you can use this construction. Also at the same time, let me tell you that if it's call, then the OTM will be, if it's call, then OTM will be say +2 for call option and -2 for in the money call option. Alright, and if it's put option, then it will be exactly the opposite. So if you want to go in the money for the put, then in that case it will be basically 2 over here in the money, and if it's out of the money for the put option, then it will be -2. Alright, so this is what you have to remember while selecting a particular call and put option for the condition check. Alright, so let me just cancel this for now. So this is how we select these 3 conditions. Alright, so now the first part we have already covered. So this is how we checked the Nifty spot index. We also discussed this, how to select Nifty futures index. Now let's move to the third point, that is how to select Bank Nifty spot index. So it's also very simple. So similarly, as we have selected Nifty 50, what we have to do is under NFO, list NFO Nifty 50. Over here, just below that, you will also find NFO Nifty Bank. Alright, so this is basically will select NFO Nifty Bank, will select the Nifty Bank spot index. So if I click on OK, then this is basically the condition. So I will just change this number to say maybe 35,000, since that is the current Bank Nifty index value, right? So if I want to check that the 5-minute candle close price is above 35,000 for a Nifty Bank spot index, then in that case we will have to select this particular option of NFO Nifty Bank. Alright, and if I want to select a future of Nifty Bank, in that case it will be similar to how we did for Nifty 50. So what we will do is we will just select this over here. I'll just put it over here and I will change this instrument name and I will select the expiry. So once I select the expiry, say current month, and click on OK, that means that we have selected the future for condition check. So this will check conditions on the Nifty Bank future, and this will check condition on Nifty Bank spot. Alright, the next is if I want to select a particular call option or a put option for Nifty Bank. So in that case it will be similar to how we did earlier. So in that case what I will do is I will just put it over here. I will select current week. Similar to this, I will select say maybe call option, and I can select ATM, which will be there at the bottom. And similar to how we selected for Nifty 50, you can select either the expiry or the OTM or in the money according to how we discussed earlier. So that is how we select the call option or a put option for condition check on a Nifty bank. All right. So right now we have covered two main points. First is these 3 points we covered: Nifty Bank Nifty Spot Index as well as Bank Nifty Futures Index. Now let's move to how to select Nifty 50 stocks list. All right. Yeah. So in this case, let me just I was getting a call. I will just yeah. All right. So the next point is how to select a list of Nifty 50 stocks for condition check. So what we do in this case is we go to a condition builder. So over here, what we will do is, in order to I will just first of all remove this, and we will create a new condition. All right. So position close -1. All right. Symbol, I will select 5 minutes as the candle for the list of stocks. And if I want to select list, then in that case, stocks list, what we will do is we will select NSE. So remember that if it's a cash stocks list that we have to create, then we have to select NSE as the instrument in this case. All right. And if it's FNO, then we will select NFO. And since this is cash stocks, what we will do is we will select Nifty 50, but over here, as we see, we will have the option to select list Nifty 50. So this is what we have to select while checking the conditions on list of Nifty 50 stocks. If you select NFO Nifty 50, then in that case it will basically refer to this thing. It will not give you the option right now because we have selected NSE over here, but if you select NFO, right, then it will give you the option of NFO Nifty 50, NFO Nifty 50. All right. So see over here, you see NFO Nifty 50. But in this case, since we want to select NSE list of Nifty 50 stocks, that's the reason why we will have to select list Nifty 50. All right. So once you select this Nifty 50, you don't have to select expiry or anything, because obviously for cash market there will be no expiry. All right. So I will just select this. So how to identify whether you have selected list or NFO Nifty 50 is, you can see over here. So whenever you select a list, right, you will see this vertical lines in front of, after this comma, you will see this vertical line before Nifty 50, and at the end also you will find this vertical line. So this vertical line, when it's surrounding Nifty 50 on both sides, it means that you have selected the list for Nifty 50 stocks. All right. Similarly, if you want to select, say, Bank Nifty, then in that case, Nifty Bank. So this is Bank Nifty, and if I select OK, then as you can see over here, it will be basically Nifty 50 Bank. For better understanding, let me just create another condition over here, so that will be better. So Nifty 50, less Nifty 50, and this is so as you can see over here, so this is basically, it will select 30 stocks of Bank Nifty index that we have, and this condition will be checked on list of Nifty 50 stocks. So earlier we saw how to select spot and future, and this is basically for the stocks list that we want to check conditions on. All right. So this is how we select basically the list of stocks. So make sure that whenever you create a condition, if you see these vertical lines, that means you would have selected the list, and it's not the NFO or the futures stock that you might sometimes need. So you have to be careful in basically understanding what this means. All right. So yeah, so this is how it works. So next point, how to select Nifty 50 stocks, and we also saw how to select list of Bank Nifty stocks. Now let's just see how to create a custom stocks list for cash equity trading. All right. So yeah, so over here in this case, I'll just close this. All right. Again, I'll just go to the set number condition, And over here, if you want to create a list of your own stocks, right? So then for cash stocks trading, so what you can do is you can just click on these three dots and you can click on add. So adding will let you create a name, and then you can basically use that list for your strategy conditions. So once I click on this, so you will have the option to name the list that you are trying to create. So I will just type, say, trending stocks July. All right, and in this case what I will have to do is I will have to select the exchange. So if you want to create a list on for cash equity market, then you have to select NSE, and if you want to create a list that you want to trade in FNO, then you have to select NFO. So first of all, I will select NSE for cash stock market. All right, and then cash stocks, and then after this I will select certain stocks that I want. So for example, if I want TCS, then I will select TCS and click on add. It will get added. Similarly, I will select on Tata Motors. I will click on add. I will select maybe Infosys, Infi, and I will select maybe Reliance. All right. So once I add this and if I save it, then automatically this list will be saved. All right, list created successfully, and I can close it. Now if I have already created this particular list, you will see that it has come at the bottom. All right, trending stocks July. Now we will see how to select this list while creating a particular condition. So I will just click on add. So position, close, -1. All right, so similarly as we did earlier, we will select, say, first 5-minute candle, and I will click on instrument name. I will select NSE since it is stocks, and I will select the list that we just created. So if I go to the bottom, I will see that list has been created, right? So this is the trending stocks July. This is the stock list that we created, and I will click on OK. So as you can see, since this is a stock list, there is a vertical line in front and at the end, and this is the stock list that we have created, and this is how we select the particular stock list to check the condition. So this is how you cannot just select only Nifty and Bank Nifty stocks, but you can create your own list as well, and you can select that for your stocks for condition check purposes. All right. So after this, so once you've done this, right, so let me just close it. So one thing you will notice over here is that once you created a list, and if you want to take the position, this is for the condition check part, right? So this is where you're checking the conditions. But what if you also want to, based on this, if the condition is met, you want to take trade in the same list in the position builder. So then in that case, what you can ideally do is, instead of just keeping this list as blank, what you can do is you can go to the bottom and you can select this particular list over here. So if you select this trending stocks July as the list name in set number, then what will happen is it will automatically select this NSE exchange. It will select the stocks. It will select a list as well, and it will automatically let you select the quantity that you want of each particular that you want to buy of each particular of share in the list. All right. So that is how you can select this particular list over here. And at the same time, if you, for example, if you want to check the conditions on this list, but if you want to take a trade in some other stocks, or maybe just random only a particular stock instead of this particular entire list, then in that case you will find that this is already selected now, right? So if you remove this set name over here, if I make this to no list selected, then what will happen is that it will basically go off. So over here you will be again able to select whichever stock you want. So if I want to, based on the condition check on the list, if I want to just select, say, if I want to trade on, say, RT drugs, all right, by checking the condition on other stocks, it depends on what kind of strategy that you're trying to build, but you have the option to do this. So, and then you can just select whichever stock you want, and it will allow you to add that particular stock. But if you select a list over here, then you cannot make any modifications in the position builder, because it will automatically be selecting only that list that you have selected in the set name. All right, so you have to be aware of this and be informed of this so that you can accordingly build your strategy. All right, so this is how this particular part works. So we saw how to custom stocks, how to create custom stocks list. And we will also see now how to create a custom FNO list. All right, so we will go to this page again. Over here, now if I want to select, if I want to create a list, then again I will click on add. I will say select trending stocks July FNO. All right, and in that case, now if you want to select FNO stocks list, and if you want to trade in FNO, then in that case you have to select the exchange as NFO. All right, so instead of NSE as we did earlier, you have to select NFO, and then after that you can select your stocks list. So for example, I can just again type as say maybe Tata Coffee or TATA. We'll select some other stock of maybe Tata Steel. All right, so I will just add Tata Steel in this list. Maybe Apollo Hospitals, and another stock I will select maybe Rain Industries. All right, so once I've selected this, then I will just simply click on save. All right, so as we can see, this is the NFO list that has been selected now, and we can close this. All right, so at any point in time, if you want to modify, you can add, and you can view also and change also if you want. So that is how it can be done. So then after this, what I will do is, so this was for the stocks, right? So if I want to select for the NFO, then what I will do is I will just simply maybe copy this condition and I will change this. So over here now I will select NFO, all right, and I will select the list that I created for FNO. So now over here, if you can see, this is basically the list of FNO that stocks that we have selected. Now one issue that we face over here is that if you select a list of FNO stocks, it's important that you select the expiry as well, because or else it will check, basically condition will be checked on this thing, right? So if you want to select futures, then in that case we have to select the expiry also. But if you select a list of stocks over here, then it will not let you select the expiry. So in this case there is a hack that you have to use. So what you have to do is, first of all, you can just go to say maybe any random stock you can select for now, say Aarti Industries, and then after that over here you will see the option has come up again in order to select the expiry. All right, so if you select a list, I will show you again that this pop-up, the expiry pop-up will not come. But if you want to select, if you select any random stock over here, maybe Abbott or anything, this expiry month, this option will pop up. So you can select say current month, because there is no current week expiry for stock options. So I will select current month over here, and now since this current month is selected, now it will give us the option to now we will go back and select this particular list. All right, so once we have selected this list and I will click on OK, that means right now we have selected the stocks of this particular of FNO trading by selecting the expiry as well. So this will check condition on the futures chart of this particular stocks. All right, this will check conditions on the spot chart, right? That is cash market. This will select the conditions and check the conditions on the futures chart of the stocks that you selected in this particular list. All right, I will just click on this particular option, and then based on that, once you select a list, you can trade whichever stock option or a call or put option that you want based on that particular index. All right, so that is how it's very simple to create this. Just that you need to be aware of how to use this particular options that we have in order to create the condition. All right, so we also checked custom stocks list, cash equity, custom stocks list FNO, and how to select expiry also for FNO stocks list. That also we saw, right? Because earlier it by default it doesn't give us the option to select the expiry, but once we select an individual stock, it will allow us to select the expiry as well. Yeah, so we check this point also, that how to not select a list name in set name to avoid default selection in position builder. So as we saw earlier, once you if you don't select the list name over here, if you don't select a list name, then automatically you can select it will give you the option to select whichever individual stock or list that you want over here. But if you select a particular list, if I select this particular list over here, then you will be able to only take position in that particular list that you have selected. All right, so I hope this is helpful and I hope this is clear. I believe the reason why I'm creating this video is because we have seen clients getting stuck over here. There is an error in syntax coding, because of which this particular error arises, and the strategy might not work properly. So once we have created this video, I believe that you will be able to properly use the syntax and accordingly create your strategy. All right, thank you very much everyone. Yeah, bye bye.